There are many ways to categorize films. Many like to classify film under genre, year, or even country of origin. In the world of film academia, the theories of open and closed films by Elliser and Hagner are widely recognized. While their definitions of open and closed films are flexible, their methods of categorization help to bring an insight as to the purpose certain films are trying to accomplish. Before further discussing this topic, I will briefly define what open and closed films are. The author defines an open film as offering a segment, a snapshot, or fragment from a constantly flowing and evolving reality. They cite filmmakers such as Jean Renoir and Roberto Rossellini as filmmakers who promote an open style of filmmaking. The authors define closed as referring to films in which the universe depicted in the film closes in upon itself, in the sense that it contains only elements which are necessary because internally motivated. They cite filmmakers such as Alfred Hitchcock and Wes Anderson as filmmakers who promote this style of filmmaking. Using the works of Alsasser and Hagner, I will be arguing how the style of open and closed films reflect different approaches to filmmaking by analyzing both Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy and Ramsey's You Were Never Really Here. Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy, or any MCU film, could be considered the quintessential closed film. Everything in the film is internally motivated. It is a very controlled narrative in the fact that everything shot is made with precise anticipation, and the film gives very little effort in trying to connect to our own reality. To demonstrate my point, please observe this carefully constructed introduction of the Guardians.
Man of honor.
Well, I wouldn't say that. People say it about me all the time, but it's not something I would ever say about myself.
This wasn't the plan.
Put him in the bag! Put him in the bag! No! Not her hand! Learn genders, man! Go out hiding! That's not fair! Take it easy!
Fool. Should have learned.
I don't learn. One of my issues.
Quit smiling, you idiot. You're supposed to be a professional. You gotta be kidding.
Hey!
I live for the simple things. Like how much this is gonna hurt. Yeah, right, little man. It'll grow back, you daft idiot. Quit whining.
This clip is obviously meant to showcase their different personalities and allows the audience to better understand these characters. Their plot construction is a classic sign of a closed film because all of their decisions are internally motivated in the fact that everything is done in order to progress the plot. For example, Rocket and Groot are shown to be bounty hunters since they are actively looking for rewards. The audience does not fear them, however, since they have been given friendly characteristics in order for the audience to grow attached to them. Rocket is a mean-spirited person, but he's constantly throwing jokes, so it is hard for us, the audience, to take him seriously. Groot is shown to be physically menacing, but he is also shown to be a bit of a lovable fool. Everything here is constructed to move the plot along and introduce our heroes. Due to the film's completely controlled narrative, I believe Guardians of the Galaxy is a closed film. While Guardians of the Galaxy uses a closed approach to provide an enjoyable experience to audiences, You Were Never Really Here uses an open approach in order to make audiences feel uncomfortable. In today's modern world where Hollywood blockbusters are the norm, audiences are usually taken aback by films that attempt to portray our reality. Films like You Were Never Really Here take advantage of this knowledge and drowns itself in silence, a trademark of an open film, to emphasize a scene. To prove my point, please observe this clip.
You have kids, Joe?
No.
Nina. Her name is Nina. I've heard of these places. Underage girls.
Senator, if she's there, I'll get her.
Cleary said you were brutal.
I can be. I need this. Pete, this suggests 3 a.m. Hotel Carib, room 701.
I want you to hurt them.
This scene evokes an open style of filmmaking due to minimal effects. There is no music heard in order to intensify a scene. The characters do not speak any clever dialogue, rather they are to the point. This is all done in order to reflect our own world and therefore make the story seem as though it could take place in our own society. Sometimes the film strays away from an objective reality to show subjective shots of what Joe is either thinking or experiencing. While this does not necessarily reflect the world we see, it is still true to what Joe is experiencing. The shots are still quote-unquote real in the sense that his pain and suffering is legitimate, and these subjective scenes are ways to inform the audience on how affected Joe's mental state really is. For these reasons, I would consider You Were Never Really Here to be an open film. Both films showcase either the strengths of an open film or a closed film, plus they reflect different approaches to filmmaking. One style isn't better than the other, they both just demonstrate different usages of the medium.